Alright, this will be the final video, I believe, I'm hoping, on how to put the sneeze guard together, or the barrier, whatever you want to call it. As I said, I am going to end up putting 2 holes in the corners. Just make sure you go very slow with your drill. I'm going to come in at least 1 inch from each outside area and take my time so that I'm not going to split it. Alright, on this one I'm going to be coming in a little over 2 inches from the edge. I want to make sure that there's enough here that it's strong enough when I put it together. Again, I will be using some clear packing tape to put the tabs together, just in case a kid brushes up against it or moves it, that it won't actually snap it off. And it'll hold it in place. Plus, the clear tape won't detract from it. Okay, so I'm going to come up 8 inches. Now in this case, I do have to measure because I have the plastic closer to the edge than I did before. So I'm going to need to actually put a mark on the plastic where I'm going to stop. And that mark is right here. Then I'll have to take this out, flip it around and over so that I have the other side come in at the same axis so we can get that cut. Alright, so again, I'm going to take and clean off the bottom of my saw. We're going to set it up against the guard. Okay, so we have that cut. All right, now I need to release, brush, make sure all that plastic's off, excuse me, in front of you. And yes, I talk to you just like you're here, wherever here happens to be for you. This is the Construction and Career and Technology Technical Ed building here in Eunice, New Mexico. You might be in another city in New Mexico. One of my friends watching this, you might be in England or France or greater. I have no idea where greater would be, but just somewhere else. Okay, we'll bring that back about where I had it before. We'll bring this, oops, as you can see that back end likes to move. Since I don't take the whole thing loose, and just lift it up. All right, so let me just show you the procedure here for measuring this out. Get that out of the way. So I'm just going to kind of take a preliminary measurement that is 3 1/2-3/8, and that's obviously not the same, so I'm going to see if I can't push that back, and that's not even 3 inches. Now for those of you that are in Europe or a metric country, all of mine are in imperial units. I'm sorry, it's what we do here in the United States. As you know, we are backwards in many ways, and we should have gone to the metric system a long time ago. I did teach science for many years, and the metric system is so much easier to use than having to deal with fractions all the time. And we're still off. And that actually looks like it's perfect. Now, am I precisely measuring each side? No. It's kind of a eyeball, fly by the seat of your pants. If I were making these and mass producing them to sell, then yes, I would probably make sure everything was much more precisely measured. However, is anybody going to take a tape measure into the office and measure these? Probably not. So I still have 3 inches here. 1 1/4 inches is right there. I do need to measure my 8 inches from the end again, since I didn't line it up with my previous mark. And we're going to make the final cut right now. And there we have it. Now the only thing left to do is to see if this actually fits together. So let me get some tools out of the way. And we shall see if this works. It's a very simple system. We're going to take one panel, we're going to slide it up. I'm going to pull back now. I'm going to do the other side, which is off camera. But I'll show you the finished product here in just a moment. And it does seem to be going together. All right. And so there you have it. And that one is much taller than the other one. So somewhere I have miscalculated and I'm going to have to make an adjustment. But as you can see, it works together. I have a pass-through underneath. This pass-through is, oh, that one's about 8.5 inches. So that's a little bit larger pass-through than what we had normally wanted. I'll probably go ahead and adjust these and add another inch or so to that. My overall height for this ended up being 4 feet, which actually is not a bad thing. So, all in all, not a bad day's work. I've got it done. I will upload these videos, make them available. If you have any questions, you may email me. Don't do it in the comments box on YouTube because I usually don't get those for days and days. If you have a specific question on a procedure that I used, you're welcome to email me at fbeverage, F-B-E-V-E-R-A-G-E, at eunice.org. That's Eunice, E-U-N-I-C-E.org. Or look us up at Eunice Public Schools, New Mexico. Click on the high school and you'll see me in the staff listings and you can send me an email. But that's your basic sneeze guard. Like I said, I'm going to adjust the side and add another inch to that so that there's a little less pass through underneath. That needs to be closer to 7 inches or so, 6 inches. instead of the 8 that's there. And then that will drop that top down a little bit. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully you now have an idea. It's not all that difficult to work with. I was very leery about working with the plastic sheeting because I was scared of it. I thought I was going to break it. As you can see, if you take your time, if you think out your steps in advance, if you've got it clamped down, that the plastic is fairly easy to work with. It's just really, really messy, and it gets on everything. All right, I'll do the others tomorrow that I have to cut longitudinally. I'll show you how I'm going to do that when I do it, and then I will take you around and I'll have some pictures of the final installed products when they're put in. Thanks for watching.